Oh, it's no big deal.
Okay.
Hey, this is Brad with ProLite Gear, and today we're going to show you the Sea to Summit Duo Specialist Shelter, or Specialist Duo Shelter. It weighs 22 ounces without the stakes and the supplied poles. For this pitch, showing you how to pitch it, we're going to use trekking poles instead, because that's usually how I tend to pitch shelters, and I really like using trekking poles instead of the normally flimsy little aluminum things that it comes with. So, as it sits here, 22 ounces, aluminum poles, and Sea to Summit hard anodized aluminum stakes. So go back in the bag there. There's nice little, what feels to be either aluminum or carbon, or these are actually probably fiberglass the way they're bending. Little stays in all the corners to kind of keep the corners up about 8 inches it looks like. And we're going to lay this thing out and stake it out accordingly. I'll show you guys how to pitch this and what it looks like inside. Alright, now that we've got the 4 corners of the Duo shelter pitched here, it's really easy to see when you have the proper tension on the corners, because these little rods stand up by themselves. So basically you just take this little quick pull here and tension until it stands up, and that's how you know you've gotten about the right place. On the directions on the outside of the stuff sack, it tells us to put these in next, to pull these reasonably taut, not too tight because you still have to stand it up with the trekking poles. So we're going to put these in. And now we're going to use my Black Diamond Alpine Carbon Cork trekking poles. They've kind of been one of my favorites forever. And the poles I normally pitch shelters with and hike with. Alright, and I'll show you on this side, on the closer edge here. All of the ways to pitch these, the poles are actually inside the shelter. There's reinforced patches on the inside. So I will show you that when I move over to the other side real quick. Just trying to get everything zipped up here so we can get proper tension on this side. Sorry. Keep talking here. All right, so Shane, hopefully you can zoom in and kind of see what I'm doing here. Unzipping the little vestibule. There are 2 doors on the shelter. Things might get a little rocky there. We're going to unzip the door right here, and you can see this reinforcement patch. I'm going to flip it inside. That is for your trekking pole tip right there, that little reflective edge. So what we're going to do is slide our trekking pole tip in there, and then on the bottom of the shelter, Shane, if you can come over here over my shoulder, they have this reinforced patch on the inside, and that's where we want to put the handle of your trekking pole. They have a separate little hypalon ring for the supplied aluminum poles that it comes with. But again, for this one, we're going to be using trekking poles. About right there is about proper tension for that. So, with this rolled back here, we're going to roll this up so you can see how much room there is inside this thing. They call this a duo shelter, but even on the pictures it shows the 2 sleeping bags overlapping slightly. And just by looking in here, incredibly spacious 1-person shelter, 2 people in a pinch if you're really friendly. Inside the vestibule here, I don't know if you can see this right here, Shane, but the other side is a mirror image of this. You've got this section here where you can set your pack inside of, just to keep it dry if any rain is happening to come down. You can put it kind of in that little dry area here. I'm going to crawl in just so you can see how much room there is. I'm 6'2", so you should be able to get a pretty good idea of how much room is available in the shelter. Alright, so I can comfortably sit up inside this shelter pretty easily. Move around, I've got plenty of room. Laying down, my head is now touching the top wall, and I have, as you can see, straightening out my feet on tiptoes, I'm about 6'6", and my toes still don't touch the edge right there, so taller guys, no big deal. If you're going to sleep up against the vestibule, you probably have room for another person up here, but down at the tail end, I mean, my feet take up a good part of the foot box of this shelter, so it'd be a tight two-person. Something else they give you that is nice are these little storage pockets on both sides of the upper shelter, so if you need to organize headlamp, toiletries in the middle of the night, something like that, you absolutely can. If you have any questions about this shelter, please feel free to give us a call at 406-582-0508 or send us an email at info@prolitegear.com. Thanks for watching.